behalf of America and Italy and potentially the French connection, we are bringing you this presentation.
I want to talk to you about America. America is the third biggest country by area, with a population of 327 million, currently run by Donald Trump. Currently, America is ranked number 1 in the GDP ranking. It is also a mixed economy with an unemployment rate of 3.7%. It is the third largest export economy, its main exports being 74.8% manufactured goods, 10.5% agricultural goods, then 10.7% mining and fuels.
For social structure, this is the range where the population falls, kind of basing this on your yearly income. We have our upper class, our upper middle class, lower middle class, working class, and lower class. For social etiquette and business norms, you are expected to act the same way within society as well as in a business setting. So being polite, using words like please and thank you is very popular. Not being late, being prepared, respecting other people you're working with or other people you are engaging in conversation with.
So I'm going to talk about Italy's economic system. So Italy has a mixed economy, meaning that sectors owned by the government and some are private. They're the 9th largest economy in the world, with a very big part of the economy being the fashion sector. They have a GDP of $1.9 trillion. And Italy has import tariffs on all goods coming to the country. They have a thing called the value added tax, which is called the VAT, and it's a standard 20%. Any good coming into the country has that tax. Italy's communication style, so Italy is a very high context culture. Verbally, they are uncomfortable with silence and love talking, especially about their families. They most commonly speak Italian, German, English, and French. Nonverbal is extremely important. They love to use their hands to speak. They also love to get close up, and they don't have much personal space. And keeping your distance can actually be considered unfriendly. Maintaining eye contact is always great, and it's untrustworthy if you do not maintain eye contact the whole time during a conversation. Okay, so Italy's education system is fairly similar to Canada. They have a free public education system. They start in primary school at age 6, and then they do that for 5 years, and they graduate to a middle school. They basically just learn basic English and math and writing skills, and they do that for 3 years, and then they graduate to high school, and they can pick from 5 choices, which is scientific high school, fine arts high school, architecture, teacher training, and a trades school, and they can do that for 5 years, and then after that they go on to university that they wish to pick.
Alright, so moving on, I will be covering the social etiquette and norms in Italy. So as far as greetings are concerned, looking at the verbal aspect, buongiorno, which means good day, is typically used to respectfully greet strangers, whereas ciao would be used amongst friends. So when greeting strangers, much like Americans, a handshake would be ideal. However, women are supposed to be the ones who extend their hand first. When greeting friends, one would often engage in greeting the other party with an air kiss on the left cheek, followed by an air kiss on the right cheek, regardless of gender. Looking at the common communication tendencies, another point is that Italians are known for being very expressive and using the most body language of all European nations. Typically, Italians prioritize and have a strong focus on appearance, so presentation, first impression are very important. So they are known to have a strong sense of style in comparison to Americans and other European nations. Based on this, they are typically more judgmental of another's appearance when first meeting, also commonly attaching social status to that judgment. Finally, I will be covering business etiquette and norms. So Italians prefer doing business with people that they know and trust, so therefore the Italian businessman or woman would be more keen on getting personal with you before engagement in business discussion in order to really identify whether or not you can be trusted. It would be wise to also engage with an Italian man or woman in business on a personal level, especially regarding family, since family values are severely important and a welcome point of discussion to many Italians in general. Appearance seems to be of high importance and prioritized to Italians, so it would be ideal to dress to impress when conducting business. So Italians would ideally prefer men to dress wearing dark colored business suits, whereas the women would do well to dress wearing either business suits or conservative dresses. So gift giving is not very common in regard to doing business with an Italian until the trust has been established, and One particular thing to note is that when gifting flowers, it should never be an even number of flowers, and chrysanthemums should be avoided since they are used for funerals, and that would typically be known as a sign of disrespect to the Italian party.
Italy and America share many similarities in how they conduct business. The etiquette and norms are mostly similar. However, in Italy, businessmen and women will want to have more personal talk before a business meeting to see if they can trust you. For example, be sure you are comfortable with the idea of talking about your family, because family values are very important in Italy. Both countries are low context and communicate more verbally than non-verbally. Business cards are expected to be exchanged after every business meeting, so they should expect and ensure they accept them out of courtesy. Italy has a much larger fashion industry, which means there's a lot more competition that they would be dealing with. The main difference Everlane will have to adapt to is the economic system. They're both mixed economies, however, Italy is within the European Union, and getting used to that system will be top priority. Finally, Italy has a much higher percentage of upper-class citizens compared to the US. Everlane may want to consider tailoring more of their products towards them rather than the middle.
After reviewing our business analysis on Everlane and the current economic situation in Italy, we believe that they should go forth with expanding their business internationally. As Italians firmly believe in reflecting social status and success, Everlane's style of clothing that they present has strong potential for overseas expansion. As Quinn stated, Italy, when compared to the US, have similar contexts when interacting. So we would recommend face-to-face interaction as a more ideal way to start business endeavors. This means a rep from Everlane should be flown out from the US to Italy. This would be seen as a form of respect by the Italians, and they'd be more likely to want to do business and expand Everlane.